Alright, how's everyone doing? Today it's talking about the full moon again. So, this is that time where you reflect on what you wanted to manifest into your life, and see how it's going, the people you interacted with, choices you made, looking at your money, your living environment, things like that, looking at the positive aspects of things, negative aspects of things, are people happy and cheery, or were people really negative and you kind of experienced a turnover in your life. Looking at these different aspects, I really feel with it being the time of year it is, it's really a lot about family and grounding. Trying to stay grounded and reflecting your emotions in your life. Looking at how you're handling your emotions during this time. Are you shopping for people? Spending more money than you probably have? And that kind of advice I always tell people. I'm like, during this time, it's a given. You got to make sure you got to have enough money for food, and you got to have enough money to pay your bills, right? You got to pay house payment or pay your rent and electric and water and all that. Just make sure that you're budgeting out your money, and that's what you do with your life. You budget out your life. So make sure you're budgeting your money to keep you from going in debt. It's pointless to be feeling like you have to feel obligated to buy people all these presents, and then at the end of the day you end up being miserable because you can't make your rent payment. So balance is key. And like I said, I always talk about balance. So balance out your life and just look at how balanced your life is right now. Are you financially stable, and are you financially emotionally balanced in your life? So definitely look at those different aspects and see what you have manifested within your life. And as the full moon turns back into a new moon, you'll continue to see what you're manifesting. Will and intent, that is what this is all about. With manifesting, will and intent is what it's all about. In your heart space, your energy, that's where your manifestation process happens, because you got your will and intent, and then you got your energy and synergy that you send out to the world. Your voice is also key for manifesting, and I always tell people is that make videos. If you want to help manifest stuff in your life, you got to make videos and show people how you do things in your life. That's very important, is showing people, show and tell, right? Show and tell. Show and tell people, what's going on in your life. What do you need to work on in your life? And, what do you want to bring into your life? And go from there. Social media is still an amazing tool, and you can communicate with people that way. Even myself, I'm still learning how to do that. But yeah, it's just all about self-reflection. And that's what these new moon, full moon processes are, is self-reflection. And you have to do that. What else? And make sure every night you're sitting down, you're praying and meditating and relieving that stress. During this time, it's definitely can be very stressful for people. So make sure as you're going through these manifesting processes is that you're clearing yourself every night. You're letting go of, frustrations, or with work, or with friends, or family, relationships, whatever it may be. Just make sure you're releasing that stress and frustration that you might be going through this time. it's definitely key. I think that's pretty much it for manifesting part for the full moon. Just make sure you're writing this stuff down, making videos, whatever, to see your progress, see what you need to work on. So then when the new moon comes up again, you'll know what you need to focus on. And things change daily. I mean, things definitely change daily. So you definitely want to look at all these different aspects and see what you need to work on. So yeah. So say the other thing I'll talk about would be self-motivation, I guess. So self-motivation, how do we want to look at self-motivation? I think this is where, again, you have to really focus and balance your life and keep yourself motivated. Don't just stop. So say if something happens in your life, unexpectedly, don't stop the processes that you have started. But definitely, just take care of whatever happened in your life and then get back to that. You definitely want to just keep yourself going, keep yourself motivated. It's like myself, it's a busy time for me right now. And I'm still working on getting my business going, but it's pretty chaotic right now. But that's not going to stop me from continuing my business. It just means I just have to continue it in a different pace. And I think that's where you really have to look at your life at that, is that you're going to have to work around what comes into your life, but still have your main foundation, whether it be business or relationship, whatever. As that foundation you got to continue with. And then things will slow down and you'll be able to work on it more. Like my business, I'll be able to work on my business more later on. Just self-motivation is key. And just budgeting out. It's so funny because life is just like a bank account. It's just like money. You have to balance out everything. You're going to budget out everything. It just gives you that foundation that you need. And that's with energy, synergy, and things like that. So, I'm where I need to be now. So I'll probably go ahead and end it on that. But yeah. So, love yourself. Keep shining bright. Just realize, that you are the foundation and you are responsible for what you do in your life. Do things come up that you weren't expecting? Oh yeah, definitely. But it's how you handle it is key. So I'll leave it at that. So, got any questions, let me know. Like I said, I am on Facebook and I'm also on YouTube as well. So either way, if you need to contact me, I'm there. So love yourself, keep shining bright, and talk to you in a little bit.